everyone, how are you doing? I just came back from Morocco. It was an amazing trip. It was the first time I went somewhere really warm during winter time, which is quite cool. I went there with my boyfriend Tom, and we did lots of different things. So we went to the Sahara Desert, we did some surfing, we just traveled around, went to Marrakesh, visited the souks, the markets there, and I thought I would like to share my experiences with you and also give you some travel tips, because there are lots of things that I learned from this trip, especially about the Moroccan culture and how they do things, and you know, which places are worth going and which are not. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So first of all, I wanted to share a really fun fact. It's not really something that I learned, it's just like a really funny observation. So when you go to Morocco, wherever you go, you'll see cats everywhere. They love cats, and I'm not quite sure whether they're stray cats, whether they're just running around on their own or whether they have owners, but they're literally everywhere. I haven't never seen so many cats in one place before, and most of them are really cute. So you just linge around. Obviously, mostly whenever they're restaurants, they're always there. They try to get some food from you. But yeah, it was a really interesting experience for me. I love cats, so it's good for me. But yeah, just be prepared. Another really cool thing I wanted to share with you is the collective taxi that they've got there. We were taking a taxi from Tamra to Agadir, and our host, our friend, local friend Irina, stopped a car, and it was completely full. It was packed. There were already 4 people sitting in it, and I was like, there's no way we can fit in it. And she's like, no, trust me. So she sat down in front. She was sharing the front seat with some other person, and we squashed ourselves in the back seat with 2 other people. It was absolutely really tight and really weird, but the reason they do it is because you pay per person, I think about 15 dirham, which is £1, so it's really cheap. But it was a really funny experience. I couldn't believe, like, how is this even legally possible to squeeze so many people into one car? I don't know, but this is how they do it in Morocco. So yeah, if you hear anything about collective taxi, this is what they mean. So yeah. About the Sahara trip. Obviously, you know, we thought we go to the desert, especially because it's really cold in UK. So we were thinking, oh, you know, some sunshine and it'll be really nice and warm. I have to say, it wasn't very hot. I guess desert in December, I think it was about 20 degrees, so it was okay, but it wasn't ridiculously hot. And obviously during the night time it gets even colder, so don't be fooled and think that, like us, and then desert is always hot. It's not. It's actually yeah, it was quite windy. But yeah, the tips that I've got for you is when you go to the desert, make sure to bring your sunglasses and a scarf to protect your eyes and your mouth, because when the wind blows, the sand is everywhere and it goes into your eyes and your ears and mouth and everywhere. So that's the reason they have those turbans, you know, where they protect their face. Another thing is we were riding the camels, and they're really cool animals. It's the first time I've ever been on a camel. But I have to say, after like 1 or 2 hours it gets very painful on your bum. I don't know, maybe my camel wasn't padded really well, but it does, you do get a really sore bottom maybe after like 2 or 3 hours. So be aware that sometimes they have trips, I think, that last during a whole day, so you'll be spending a whole day riding a camel till you arrive to like a campsite. So yeah, think twice before you do this kind of trip. We only spent about 2 hours on a camel, and that was absolutely enough. But yeah, it was a really good experience. Also, I really enjoyed the actual campsite. You are literally in the middle of nowhere. Everywhere around you is sand, but they have like this tents, like caravan tents, and it's absolutely beautiful. We did a trip with a company called Caravan de Rêve, which is translated like dream caravan. And yeah, they had a really cool campsite, and in the evening we made like a bonfire and had some music, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Wow, it's really cool. We're here in the market in Marrakesh, in the middle of Marrakesh, and it is amazing. There are so many donkeys, bicycles, motorbikes, everything. Like, you can find literally all the different things in here, and I love it. Let's see what we can find. So my next tip is more with regard to the Moroccan culture and also shopping. So after our Sahara trip, we went to Marrakesh, and obviously in Marrakesh the coolest thing to do is to go to the markets. And I have to say, you have to be very careful not to be overcharged for things, because I think that the shopkeepers really expect you to negotiate, so they put the prices ridiculously high. And you think that because the Moroccan dirham is very weak, so I think it's about 10 to 12 dirham for £1, so you're like, oh, everything's cheap anyway. It only looks, you know, like a big amount, but actually if you calculate it into pounds, it is not that cheap. Like, they charge proper prices. So we, for example, I bought a leather bag, and we bought like a Moroccan tea set, and for the leather bag I paid 300 dirham, I think, which we were negotiating a lot, so, but it would be about £25. I mean, I would probably buy a bag that's like a leather bag for £25 in UK as well. It's not like it's, you know, a super bargain in my eyes. And the same with the tea set. When we asked for the price, the guy said 750 dirham. It's like about £60 for a tea set, so I was shocked. But obviously we negotiated it down. And when you negotiate, just, you know, name a really low price. So for example, when he said to us 750, we said 200. You know, we made an offer to 200. And what they do is they start offering you things in lower quality, like cheaper, that are actually cheaper. They're like, oh, you know, I can't give you anything, this tea set for 250 or 200, but I can give you something, you know, less quality. Yeah, don't go with this. Just, you know, keep persisting on your price and on the object that you actually want to buy, and eventually they give in, because trust me, they really overcharge. I think even what we've paid after negotiating was too much, but hey, there's only as much you can do. Another subject I want to touch upon is food. So we were really excited to try the Moroccan tagine and the salads and all the other things that they've got. I have to say I was very disappointed with the food in most places. It's kind of, you know, the meat was really rough, and the tagines weren't that particularly good. And it wasn't until we went to like a bit more expensive restaurant that we bought tagines, and they were amazing, really tasty. So I think when you want to try really good food, you kind of have to go to a bit better restaurants. I don't know, you might be lucky and get something really cheap, you know, outside as a street food or something, but I didn't really enjoy the, you know, the food on the streets. Like, lots of it wasn't fresh, and so yeah, be careful. And if you are into food and you like, you know, some tasty stuff, then you should definitely spend a bit more on it and go to a really cool restaurant. You won't regret it. Last thing I wanted to touch upon is a leisure time, especially surfing. Morocco is so good for surfing. We were staying close to Agadir in a place which is called Tamrat, and we got our flat through Airbnb. It was really cheap, very nice, friendly hosts, and the beach was literally just, you know, 5 minutes walk. You could see the ocean from our apartment pretty much. And yeah, the wetsuits and surfing board rental is also incredibly cheap. Yeah, for me it was the first time I ever tried surfing, and I had like a 3-hour lesson on the first day, which was really cool. So because I could stand on the board and catch a few waves. But I have to say, it's very tiring. It's really fun as well. But yeah, all my muscles were hurting the next day. Even the muscles I didn't even think exist in my body. So it was a really cool experience. The waves were perfect as well. I think Agadir is like a place, or Tamarat is a place where you know, you could be a beginner or you could be a bit more advanced and still find the perfect waves for you. Cool, this is it guys. These are my travel tips for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know whether you've ever been to Morocco, or whether you want to go, whether my tips were helpful for you and you know a bit more what to expect when you travel there. I hope to hear from you soon, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys.